This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium training session. This Infinium training session is entitled, You Are Not Trivial. Now, my MGTOW brothers, as you travel along the MGTOW road, there will be many distractions encountered by you which will attempt to pull you off track if you let it. One of the main distractions is the notion that you are trivial as a man. Although on face value, as MGTOW men, it should be easy to ignore this notion of being trivial, but in some senses, in some cases, it is not. This is because we as MGTOW men are bombarded daily from every avenue, from every standpoint, by the feminist plantation state that our value is less than what the MGTOW philosophy affirms it to be. My MGTOW brothers, this bombardment comes in many aspects, and here are some examples of those aspects. Number one, the overall notion that we as men are the cause for all the issues between men and women. As such, there is no recourse for men when it comes to pointing out the legitimate criticism of women and their actions. And additionally, women will respond to such criticism with anything from an unwillingness to listen to outright censorship. So, my brothers, again, when we as men point out the issues that women are causing, which are causing the great war which is occurring between men and women, when we point out these legitimate criticisms, it is met with anything from shut up to censorship. It is met with retaliation. It is met with all types of things, from women not listening to us to, again, outright censorship, outright criticism, in response to our legitimate criticism. And overall, this leads to the notion that we as men are trivial. We are trivial because our criticisms, our legitimate criticisms, are ignored and turned around on us in many cases. Number two, the overall notion that we men are nothing more than resources for women. And there are a number of cases that I can cite here, but most recently is two cases. That is Brittany Pettibone and Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, Brittany Pettibone is famous for getting pregnant by a guy, a college football player, I believe, who was younger than her, who she targeted, and then she promptly got rid of him, and is now shopping around for a new stepdaddy. And in doing so, she blatantly got on YouTube and wherever else and said she was now in stepdaddy season, laughingly. Now, with Jada Pinkett Smith, she has continually punked Will Smith, and the latest thing was some nonsense and malarkey that she has done. And again, just a continual punking of Will Smith. But my brothers, Brittany Pettibone and Jada Pinkett Smith are the tip of the iceberg. And what I'm getting at. Because, again, not only do Brittany Pettibone and Jada Pinkett Smith do these things, it is many women. Because women feel that they are above men in every aspect. And so when it comes to our resources, when it comes to how we are as men, we are trivial to them. We are, like Brittany Pettibone says, just cannon fodder for stepdaddies. Like Jada Pinkett says, we are, no matter how we are, how famous we are examples to be humped, to be put down, to be made fun of. Again, no matter how famous we are, no matter how hard we work, we are nothing more than idiots, so to speak, to be pumped worldwide for the world to notice and to laugh at. And my MGTOW brothers, again, not only can this happen to rich people, to rich men, it happens to men at every level of society. Women continually trivialize their nature and put them down in many ways. This can come from just from a man going into Target. As soon as those doors open, his woman begins to shame him in public because she knows she can not only shame him, but she knows that, or she feels that, he is trivial to her and that she can do, again, anything and everything to him in terms of making him feel trivial. Now, in conjunction with that, number 3, the overall notion that women can do anything and everything to men at their whims. So, my MGTOW brothers, men can be thrown into jail from anything from just smiling at a woman to not paying unfair child support, an unfair child support claim. So, my MGTOW brothers, again, in this feminist plantation state that we are walking through to freedom, we have to be careful because, again, if, for instance, you, as a man, smile at a woman and say, "Oh, you look nice," she can turn around on you and say that you attempted to rape her. You have cases where suddenly your name pops up on a child support claim, and you only have recollections of taking this woman out on a date, but she is now a single mother, and she can't find the father of her child, so she puts your name down on a child support claim, falsely accusing you, and she is able, because of the laws of the feminist plantation state, to get child support out of you, to name you as the father of her child. These types of things happen, my brothers, and it happens very easily to us, and it happens because women know, again, that they can do anything and everything to we men at their whims, and for the most part, they get away with it. Number 4, the overall notion that women can sweet talk men into coming back to them. And right now, my brothers, you may notice that there's a spate of women who are begging men to come back to them. And we all know that the penetration of the red pill process and accordingly the MGTOW philosophy, the adoption of the MGTOW philosophy is causing great damage to women in terms of them finding men. And we, of course, have the COOF that's going on, all of the issues, the shutdowns, the lockdowns, all these things, wear masks, whatever. All these things are hurting women at this time. And of course, if you go into an average grocery store, you see that they prices are going up rather sharply. And just today I got gas in my region. It was $3.28 a gallon for regular gas. And all the prices are going up. Everything is going up. And women are hurting at this time. And so now, of course, you see, as I saw the other day, a woman babbling and crying that she needed men to come back to her. She wanted a man to be in her life because it's so hard and I can't take it anymore. It's so hard for me. She was babbling and crying and full of tears. And other things that I've seen day by day on TikTok, that, oh, feminism is hurting women. Oh, this is happening, and we love you now. We want you to come back and please just take us back into your arms and we'll be nice. But my brothers, all this begging is full of hypocrisy because there is no real change. But in essence, it is just further attempts to entrap men into women's Venus flytraps. And my brothers, we all realize right now, as it stands, that many of us who have red pilled, who have adopted and embraced the MGTOW philosophy, realize that there is no way for us to return to women except that there's real change. And real change is stopping the things that are going on, stopping the unfair divorce rate, stopping the attempts to get men thrown out of their jobs just because you as a woman don't like him. You as a woman, you just don't like him. You just don't like the way he wears his shoes. So you just want him off the job. Until there is fairness, until there is equity in terms of how men are dealt with in this society, there is no way that men are going to come back. But women, again, they put forth this notion that they can sweet talk us, that they can get on YouTube or TikTok and babble and cry and do the crocodile tear thing, or do the we know that feminism is wrong and I'm not like that, and expect men who again have red pill, who have adopted a philosophy that is freeing and capable of allowing them to have free lives, to just turn about and come back to them, just because in the back of these women's minds, we as men are of a trivial nature, that we cannot critically think, we cannot analyze the situation and look at the hypocrisy of what they're doing and what they're saying. Number 5, the overall notion that women have all the answers to the issues between men and women. In actuality, I should say, the answers that women have are just a regurgitation of the issues that we men have cited all along. And again, as with number 4, there is no real change, and then more so it is an indicator of how women think we men are not capable or incapable of critical thought. So in essence, we are stupid as men. We think, or well, I should put it this way, our thinking processes are below that of women. And so they can actually tell us again the types of issues that we're having. They can get on YouTube, they can get on TikTok and say, well, you men, you MGTOW men are just incels, and this is your problem. That's why you're having problems with women. That's why you can't get a woman, that type of thing. That we as men, that we don't know how to handle our business, so to speak. And that women, we as men need women in our lives so that we can handle our business better. But my MGTOW brothers, again, that, as Kevin Samuels would say, is BS. Because again, it only shows that how women are not listening, and again, what they think of us, that we are, in essence, trivial and stupid. Because again, they can tell us about all of our problems and how to resolve all of our problems. Number 6, the notion that in certain seasons, such as cuffing time or the high holy simp days, that we men are nothing more than beasts of burdens with big targets on our backs. So, my brothers, again, we are coming into a time which is called cuffing time, and also a high holy simp day, the simp days. These are the times when men are targeted by women for the purpose of hooking up so these women can get our resources. So again, there is the notion that we are nothing more than targets, that we are nothing more than beasts of burden who have to be locked down, who have to be chained, who have to be cuffed, because we as men are incapable of being in a relationship with a woman where we as men lead them. We are the dominant presence and they are secondary. And not secondary in the sense that they are in a sense we're slaves to us, but in the proper form of relationship. Because women do not want what a proper relationship between a man and woman should be. They want it where they are in control at all times, in all seasons. And for us men, again, this leads to anything from being dominated every day, from being in situations where we have no peace in our relationship with a woman, to, in the extreme cases, or maybe I shouldn't say extreme cases, in the cases which happen to many men, being divorce raped, or if you just cohabitate with a woman, you can have all your resources taken away from you. So again, this, my brothers, leads to a notion of being trivial, because you, again, as a man, are not considered as a mate by a woman. You are considered as, again, just a beast of burden who has a target on his back during these cuffing times or the high holy simp days. Number 7, the notion overall that men are second best when it comes to women in general. And my brothers, this notion comes from everywhere and anywhere, like through social media, the TV, the internet. Just even if you walk into a grocery store, you see things where you, as a man, are secondary when it comes to women. For instance, I will cite a couple of commercials. First of all, there is an insurance commercial that is out, and a couple has just got married, and the guy is singing and everything, and they're about to drive off on this motorbike, and the woman instantly says that, "You know I'm driving." There's another commercial where there's a family on a couch, and the woman is sitting next to her son, and her son happens to blow his nose and then on his hand, and then wipes his hand on the couch, and she gets a look on her face, and it's like, "Oh my God, that dirty son of mine." And you never, my brother, see anything where women are criticized, where women look dumb, where women do stupid things. You always see through every avenue, in terms of media, in terms of social media, TV, whatever, where men look dumb, or they're treated as idiots, or they're incapable of doing anything effeminate, any type of thing which puts down men, which trivializes the nature of men. You'll see that. And again, this overall is how the feminist plantation state thinks about us, thinks about us as men. We are not above women. We are not equal to women. We are below women. So again, the overall notion that our lives as men, in terms of the feminist plantation state, in terms of women, we are trivial to them. Now, my MGTOW brothers, this is why it is important for you as a MGTOW man to daily take your red pills, to daily embrace the MGTOW philosophy. And yes, it is on face value easy to say that I am not trivial as a man. I know what I can do as a man. But my brothers, again, the reason why I'm saying these things is because sometimes the pinpricks of these trivializations, the woundings of these trivializations can wind up to the extent that they begin to slow you down, they begin to cause you to be drained, that type of thing. And so that is why, again, we as MGTOW men must daily embrace the MGTOW philosophy, daily consume red pills, and to keep our eyes open when we encounter the various things that are going on, the various things that are being said about us, the types of things that are being done with a smile, so to speak. We as MGTOW men must maintain that, yes, we are not trivial. That yes, we, because of our critical thinking processes, can do far and above what women can do. And that in the end, women do truly need us. But we as men cannot accept that we are just mere targets to be locked down, to be trivialized, to be not considered as legitimate, both in our being men and both in our place in society. We cannot accept that. And the only alternative is, again, to go our own way. And my brothers, you will not only have women doing these things to you, you have also the simps. You have, for instance, I would consider or call these types of simps enforcement simps, which they come about and say that we as men are not doing our duty. We are not supposed to criticize. We're not supposed to say anything. And my brothers, again, that is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. And we as men have every right to, first of all, be free, and to second of all, to point out the issues, the problems, and the resolutions to these issues, because we are men. But of course, again, the only recourse we have right now, because of everything that is going on, is to continue to do what we know to be best. And that is to put ourselves first, to take care of us, and to, again, daily consume our red pills and daily embracement of the MGTOW philosophy. My MGTOW brothers, no matter what happens, no matter what is said, and again, I have said this over and over, it is a dangerous time for us all men. It is a dangerous time. But nevertheless, we as men, we are designed to be free, and we deserve to be free, and we have a right to go our own way in freedom and in peace. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium training session. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.